Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show right here on your colour of country life, Flow FM. Time to talk Picola and District Football League, and joining me on the line to tell us all about it is Tim McCormack, our regular correspondent. Tim, great to have you with us. How are you?
Yeah, good to be back again for another week.
That's it. Well, let's get right into it. Talking firstly about the walloping win for Jerilderie over Berrigan. Huge win for Jerilderie. Didn't quite see it being this much, given that they've had some struggles over the course of the season, Tim.
Yeah, look, I thought this would have been a reasonably close game. I always thought Jerilderie would probably get the win, but I didn't think they'd keep Berrigan goalless. So a massive win for Jerilderie and a massive kick in the backside for the Saints.
It doesn't happen often, Tim. How do defenders come out of a game feeling when they've limited the opposition to not even kicking one goal?
Look, this one I don't think anyone would have seen coming because they're both on a very similar position on the ladder. Not a hell of a lot of difference between them. So the gap I don't think anyone would have seen as being that severe. So it'd be very... they'd be very, very buoyed, the defence of Jerilderie, that's for sure.
Yes, no doubt. Well, we had a relatively closer game between Catamatite and Denny Rovers. It ended up being a 91-47 game. So Denny Rovers on the end of a loss here to Catamatite. How'd you see this game?
Yeah, a little bit more competitive. Catamatite probably in the top couple this year. Probably flexed their muscle against the younger side. The experience would have taken over. Denny probably in the match for most of the part, but the Cats just too strong.
Well, Picola United nearly pulled off the upset of the year in their game against Katandra, but they fell just a few points short. 43-49 the final score. This would have been huge.
Yeah, this obviously was the game of the round. They've nearly pulled up, like you said, nearly pulled out the upset of the year. Katandra, who was sitting on top of the ladder, and Picola, who are hitting their straps, come to the right end of the season. So it must have been a cracking game. Low scoring, 43-49. But they must have given them a really good shake. So Katandra shaky towards the end of the season.
Yes, it's certainly a big talking point, and we'll keep focusing on it as the last remaining fixtures are played out. Katunga, easy day out for them against Yarrawea. 266-13 final score there.
Yeah, Katunga always going to be too strong at home. Way too many guns all over the ground for the hapless Yarrawea side.
Strathmerton, too good for your side, Tim. Unfortunately for you, Mathoura 21 to Strathmerton's 176 in the end.
Yeah, look, best side we've played by an absolute mile all year. Strathmerton, very well drilled, use the ball extremely well. I've had my thoughts that Katandra were probably the side to beat all year until we played Strathmerton on Saturday. So I've shifted my thoughts to who I think are the premiership favourites so far, to who we played to the Bulldogs after them on the weekend. They were extremely impressive.
That's really interesting. I'm quite astonished to hear that. There we go. Well, we'll have to really focus in on Strathmerton and what their remaining fixtures are and what they can do as far as damage goes between now and finals. Tungamah, too good for Rennie, 108-49 the final score there. I'd thought that they might have wanted to kick away a little more there, Tungamah.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. They really wanted to make that break and probably boost that percentage. We've still got that little bit of a logjam between probably 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th to get that gap in between. But still, a win's a win. They've got 4 points on the board with only 3 games to go, and they've got that little points break now to get them in the 8th.
Way too good for Tungamah, and they were always going to be 115-20 the final score there.
Yeah, and another side that's hitting their straps right at the right end of the season. They've been a sleeping giant, I think, for the last probably 5 or 6 weeks and just starting to hit their straps. So with 3 games to go, I think we'll see the best of them yet.
The bye for Blighty. Looking at the ladder, Strathmerton top, is that a changer at the top this week?
Yeah, it is. Well, Strathmerton were on top last week, but I think the percentage boost with Katandra having a very close game and Strathmerton having a big win against our side, it's sort of got the percentage boost over top of them. So that's probably been a big difference there. And it is only percentage in those sides. But in saying that, Strathmerton have played one more game. So they've got a bye to come over the last 3 weeks. So that could yet change with 3 weeks to go.
Yes, and thank you for that update. Katandra second, Catamatite third, Waiai fourth, Katunga fifth, Picola United sixth, Tungamah seventh, Denny Rovers eighth, Jerusalem in 9th, Mathoura in 10th, Berrigan 11th, Rennie 12th, Tungamah 13th, Blighty 14th, and Yarrawea in 15th at the bottom. Let's take a look at tomorrow's games, Tim, starting with Berrigan and Catamatite. Only going to be one winner there.
Yeah, I think so. Can't see it going any other way than Catamatite getting over easily over Berrigan.
Blighty coming off the bye, how will they fare against Denny Rovers?
They play for a cup, the Calman Cup, I think, in this game. I think Denny Rovers will be too strong, even out at Blighty. They'll be looking at trying to get a finals berth, Denny Rovers, so I think they'll be way too strong for the Red Eyes.
A couple of game of the round contenders this week. One that definitely will be getting headlines is Katandra and Katunga going at it.
Yeah, this will be massive, this one. This is a massive bearing on whether Katandra can actually finish on top of the ladder, I think. They'll need to beat Katunga, but in saying that, Katunga's had a huge win, so a massive confidence boost with probably relatively bruise-free footy last weekend with a massive win where Katandra had to do it really the hard way against Picola. So, and they had a reasonably tough game against my mob the week before. So they've had a couple of weeks of really tough footy, the Katandra Cats. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Katunga get up.
Roy, you mentioned your mob at Mathoura. It's a must-win game for you against Tungamah this weekend, I'd have thought, Tim.
Yeah, look, if we're to have any hope and other results fall our way, this is one that we've got to win. In saying that, a very tough ask. Another side that's a proven finals performer in Tungamah. They know how to get the job done when it matters, so we'll need to be at our very best and play a full four-quarter game to have a chance against the Bears.
All right, looking at Picola United against Waiai. Another potential game of the round if Picola United can bring their best game to the table as they did last week or nearly did.
Yeah, look, if they bring the same sort of form they played against Katandra last week, they were a big show against Waiai. But I still think, as I said before, I think Waiai, proven finals performers, they're starting to show their best form when it matters, and I think they'll be just too good for Picola.
We also have Tungamah and Rennie going at it. I would suspect we might get a close game there.
I think we should. I think Tungamah at home on the very big Toke ground will probably just get over the line. But don't be surprised if Rennie get the job done. It should be a good game, this one. Relatively close, but I think Tungamah just.
And the Jerusalem D's should have a pretty easy day out this weekend, Tim.
Yeah, I think they'll travel down to Yarrawea with a fair bit of confidence. Good win last week, massive win against Berrigan. So I think they'll do the same to Yarrawea without too many worries.
Tim McCormack, really appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow in your game and all the best. Thanks for your time.
Not a problem, mate. Thank you very much. Talk to you next week.